So I never thought LeBron James's biggest flop in his career would be a film, but here we are. Let's talk about Space Jam 2. Stick around.
You gotta win this game.
Let's end this.
Got you, Bron. And get our son back.
Classic.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
All right, so Space Jam: A New Legacy is the latest film in the Space Jam franchise. That feels very weird to say, considering when I saw this film as a kid, never really thought it would get a sequel. I didn't think of it in those terms, that there would be a Space Jam 2, at least not without Michael Jordan, so it's kind of interesting to watch this one the way that I did as an adult, however many years later, and I really do still enjoy the first film, but maybe a lot of that is due to the nostalgia that I have for it. I don't know, because a lot of people also consider that to be an advertisement, much how I think of this one. I think of this as an advertisement for everything HBO Max. Warner Brothers just threw all their properties into this movie, and I thought that was quite the clusterfuck of a mess, and it's not going to really be something at the end of the day that pulls in children, and it really threw me off like a lot. So I found that to be very, very strange that they just took this thing and used it as this marketing tool and almost nothing else. There's barely even a story in here. Like, even the Looney Tunes don't even feel very Looney Toony, like they just feel very weird. It's just everything about this movie doesn't really capture the charm of the first film. The first movie had like this charm to it that this one is just missing, and I think that's a lot of where it failed at the end of the day. I don't know, but this movie really disappointed me. It upset me. It bored me. And despite the joke that I made in the beginning, like, LeBron James definitely is not the problem here. I actually think the LeBron stuff was some of the more interesting stuff in the movie, and I would have liked to have seen more of it, honestly. Like, I was like, where's LeBron? Like, for a lot of this movie, like, they give him like this Stan character, like the Stan character from the first one, the Newman guy, and that's probably like some of the better stuff in the entire film, honestly, outside of just this one very inside baseball Michael Jordan joke that no child is going to understand. So I don't even know why they put it in there, as opposed to like just giving kids some good stuff, like stuff they can laugh at. And I think a lot of kids are going to be very bored with this movie at the end of the day, and that's not really what you want from something that's marketed as a family fun Space Jam movie. This is not the legacy you want to leave on something like the Looney Tunes. And I really felt this creative difference between like the LeBron James part of it, executive producer LeBron James probably trying to make a Space Jam film, and Warner Brothers just kind of pulling the other way, where they're kind of like, let's just shove all of our shit in there. You know what I mean? And I know by me wearing a Bulls fan, you guys are probably like, well, he's not going to like this movie. He's a Bulls fan. He probably hates LeBron James and everything that he stands for. And it's like, I'm not a fan of him as a player, but I was going to give this a chance. And like, I think as an actor, I can separate that in this movie and like look at it and be like, okay, maybe there's something here. And again, he's not the part that bothers me. There's so many other problems with this movie that need to be recognized, because we cannot use children's movies as just marketing machines. We can't, because this really felt like a 2.5 hour commercial for Game of Thrones or Harry Potter or King Kong, all stuff except for maybe Harry Potter that kids really aren't going to give a shit about. And at the end of the day, I mean, nobody cares. Nobody cares what's on your streaming service. This was a big misstep on their part. And Don Cheadle gives one of the worst performances, by the way, that I've ever seen in my life. He is way too over the top. And Don Cheadle is evidently a wonderful actor, and he just missed it here. He was way too over the top for what this character could have been. He just couldn't find a balance. It seemed like he was half-assing it and taking a paycheck, and that really bothers me at the end of the day. The child who plays LeBron James' son in this movie really sucks also. He was not good in this film. Again, it's really crazy to say, but LeBron James is one of the better parts of this movie. I really enjoyed him and everything that he was trying to do. And honestly, the other problem with this is LeBron's not in the movie that much. Honestly, at the end of the day, he's really not in here. He's barely a part of it. And the storyline with him makes no sense. It's just like he's seeking out the Looney Tunes for help, as opposed to the first one. Felt like Michael Jordan was helping the Looney Tunes out of his good heart. And LeBron James is just seeking them out, assuming they're going to be the right choice for him to get help to save his son, which was a very strange concept, very weird way to go about it. If you ask me, I didn't really get that at all. But you know, here we are talking about Space Jam: A New Legacy, a movie that I never thought would come out. Here we are. We're here. It's been done, folks. LeBron James starring in his own movie, and it flopped. But yeah, honestly, he's not the problem here. It's the movie is just a disaster. It's messy. All the jokes kids are not probably going to understand. They're too inside baseball. I don't know why you would even waste your time watching this movie. I think it was just a big ass misstep on the part of Warner Brothers for putting this out the way it was. You know, I'm sure that there's probably a better version of this sitting on the cutting room floor that we didn't get, like a lot of movies that studios just want to interfere with. Even the ending sequence, which should have been great, the big game at the end, you know it's coming, is very much just uneventful in the sense that you're so distracted, you know, or maybe it's even too eventful because you're so distracted by all the different marketing things that Warner Brothers throws around there. You're just trying to navigate like how this game is going and what's going on, and you don't really feel that way. It just doesn't connect with you at all. And I just struggled with this movie a lot, trying to see it through the perspective of a fun family movie. And it didn't work on that level. It's not fun. It's very boring. Again, I think a lot of children are going to go watch this, fall asleep. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But it just does not appeal to me the way that it was put out. It really should have been brought back to the cutting room floor. Grabbing those, you know, they should have grabbed those pieces that they cut out of it and thrown them back in, because I'm sure there was a good movie in there somewhere, or a fun one. But either way, I'm just making assumptions. Anyway, guys, Space Jam: A New Legacy is a steaming pile of shit. You should not go see it, or, you know, go see it maybe. I don't know. Who cares? I don't recommend it for your children, though. If you were thinking, maybe my kids will like it, I don't think so. I think they're going to fall asleep. I don't know who this movie was made for. It doesn't seem like it really had a good direction, so there you go. That's my thoughts on that. Thank you, guys. This has been another review from myself, Don Martino, and I do welcome you to go check out some of the other content that we have here on the channel. We have movie nights every week. We have the Anorax Entertainment Podcast hosted by myself every week, so make sure you check all that out as well. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, hit that bell for notifications. Once again, I've been Dom Martino. You can follow me on Twitter at Dom_Martino_, on Instagram, Dom_Martino_official, and make sure you check out the rest of the content. Thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys later.